Happy 420, everyone. All right, so when I was importing all of my clips to edit this video to my computer, I realized that my intro clip completely disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. It's not in my recently deleted folder, nothing. So I don't know what happened with that. So that's what this is going to be. Hopefully going to be able to release this video later on today, depending on how long the upload time is. Anyways, in my last video, I showed you guys how I like to make my weed leaf applique. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. Make yourself a little weed leaf. It'll take maybe like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how fast you crochet. Not long at all. And then come back and watch this one, and I will show you guys how to attach this leaf to the top of my Catching Waves bucket hat pattern that you can get over on my Etsy and my Ravelry shops. And yeah, once you have it done, it will look something like this. You have complete freedom over the colors that you would like to use. And we attach the leaf in a way that the stem lines up with the back seam. So if you put the back seam at the back of your head, your weed leaf will be upright for anyone that is viewing it from the back of your head. So yeah, let's get started on this tutorial for this pattern modification. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I can't wait to see your versions of bucket hats. It's cute. I absolutely love it. So I wanted to share with you all how I was able to achieve that. I actually got the idea from a granny square that I made by Woman Walking a Wire over on Etsy. I kind of took some technique from her to be able to add this onto my bucket hat. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so to start off with, you're going to need a threading needle, a pair of scissors, a weed leaf applique, and a crochet hook. I am using a size H or 5mm crochet hook because that is what my bucket hat pattern calls for. When you are making the weed leaf applique for the hat, you're going to want to use the same size hook so that the weed leaf fits the hat properly and isn't like too small to where it like pulls the hat in and it sits on your head weird, or you don't want it to be too big to where it like puffs out and isn't lying flat with the hat on your head. You're also going to need worsted weight 4 yarn. I am using this amethyst purple color and a tan color from Red Heart Super Saver yarn. And to start off with round 1, we are going to work 8 half double crochets into a magic ring. So make a magic ring, come up, chain 1, and we're going to do our 8 half double crochets. So we got 1, right, then we're going to pull our circle closed and then join to the top of our first half double crochet to close our circle. And boom, we got a magic ring with 8 half double crochets. Okay, so for round 2, we're going to be putting 2 half double crochets into each stitch around to give us 16 half double crochets at the end of the round. So you chain 1, and I'm going to place 2 half double crochets into the same stitch as the chain 1. 2. Okay, and then on this last half double crochet, I'm not going to finish it. Instead, I'm going to take my tan color and we are going to do our last pull through of all 3 loops to attach this color. Then we're going to come over here and slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet to close our circle. Let's go ahead and cut this purple. And now we're going to move on to round 3. This tan color is going to be what I call the shoreline. Each shoreline is only going to be single crochets. The other rows are going to be half double crochets. Okay, so we're going to chain 1. And we're going to be placing 2 single crochets into the same stitch as the chain 1, and that's going to be our first increase. And I'm going to crochet over the tails of my colors. So that's 2. And then you crochet 1, and then you repeat with an increase, so 2 single crochets. And then 1 in the next, and you're going to repeat that. You're going to do 2 single crochets, so an increase in 1 stitch, and then a single crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that sequence until you get to the end, and it will give you a total of 24 stitches. Okay, for our last single crochet, I'm not going to do the final pull through with the tan. I'm going to bring my purple back in and attach that on the last single crochet. Pull that down. Attach it to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. And then I'm going to cut the tan yarn. Okay, and then we're going to move on to round 4. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to be working back with half double crochets. So we're going to do 2 half double crochets into the same stitch as the chain 1. So 1, 2, and then you're going to place 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that'll give you a total of 4 stitches in that sequence. You do an increase, and then 1 in the next, 1 in the next. All right, so we're back to the increase. 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch, and then 1 half double crochet in the next, and then 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that sequence until you get to the end of the round, which is going to give you 32 half double crochets in this round. All right, we're going to join that to the top of our first half double crochet of the round with a slip stitch. We're going to chain 1 and move on to round 5. So we're going to place 2 half double crochets into the same stitch as the chain 1. And then we're going to place 1 half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. That gives us 5 stitches in this repeated sequence. So again, you do an increase, which is 2 half double crochets in the next, and then 1 in the next 3. 1, 2, going to repeat this until the end of your round, which is going to give you 40 half double crochets. Okay, we're here at the end of the round, which means we're going to be switching back to our tan color. So again, I'm not going to finish off this half double crochet with the purple. I'm going to bring in the tan color. And we're going to do our last pull through with the tan. Okay, and then we're going to attach it to the top of the first half double crochet with a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain one to lock that in place so that I can cut the purple. Okay, so because we're on our accent line, we're going to chain one, which we've already done, and then we're going to place 2 single crochets into the same stitch as the chain one. Make sure I get my tails under there. 1, 2, and then you're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that sequence is going to give us 6 stitches, and that is going to be our repeated sequence throughout the whole round. So again, you're going to do an increase or 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and then you're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, all right, those tails are getting on my nerves. 4, and you're going to repeat the increase and the 4 single crochets into the next stitches to the end of your round, which is going to give you 48 single crochets in this round. Okay, we're at that last single crochet. So now we're going to bring our purple back into play, attaching it as our last pull through for our stitch. And then go in and, wow, okay. Wow. Jesus, that was more difficult than it should have been. All right, we're going to slip stitch and then pull up, or chain one, not pull up a loop, but chain one. Okay, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds. All right, let's go ahead and snip off our tan color. Now, round 7, the one that we are about to be doing, is going to be where we attach our wheat leaf, okay? So we want the stem. I like to put the stem lined up with the ends of the round. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to say. So therefore, we're going to start attaching it with the first petal when we get over here. And then we'll attach the stem, last when we get to the end of the round, and I will be showing you how to do that, okay? All right, so to start off, we're going to be doing our half double crochets, but when we attach the leaf, we're actually going to be doing double crochets for just that stitch, okay? So to start off, you're going to place 2 half double crochets into that first stitch as your increase. And then we're going to come over and half double crochet 4 into each stitch, or not into each stitch. You're going to place 1 half double crochet into the next 4 stitches. My words don't want to work today. 3, 4. So our repeating sequence for this round is actually 2 half double crochets, so your increase, and then 5 single half double crochets after that increase. But because we are attaching our leaf, we want this 5th half double crochet to actually be a double crochet so that it can attach the leaf but still have the same height as the half doubles, okay? So you're going to wrap your yarn around like you're about to put through a half double crochet, but instead of putting through this stitch, you're going to bring over your leaf, and I always like to just lay it flat against the circle, and with your yarn looped over, you're going to insert your hook into the top of the petal, and then come over and then insert it back into here like you normally would. Pull through both pieces and then just do a regular double crochet. And now you have your leaf attached, okay? So, and I always like to make sure that I don't accidentally insert my hook into that same stitch. So I always like to pull my leaf away so I can make sure I'm putting it into the correct stitch. So we're going to go back to our repeating sequence with our 2 half double crochets as the increase into the next stitch. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 half double, 2 half double, these tails are getting on my nerves, 3 half double, 4 half double. Okay, and now we're going to attach the next petal. So we're going to do half of a double crochet, insert into the point of our leaf, and then insert into the next stitch, pull through both, and then double crochet. As you can see, you're attaching your leaf as you go. Come back in with our half double increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, insert into the point, attach to the next stitch with a double crochet, and it's coming along quite nicely. It's gonna be so cute. You have, this is what we're working with so far. Oh wow, I'm like all out of frame, I'm so sorry. This is what we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 petals attached. And as you can see, the stem lines up. We're going to be attaching the stem right here on the last stitch of the round. And we're attaching the stem in the last stitch. Double crochet. And then you're going to slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet to finish out the round. I'm gonna pull up a chain one just to keep the yarn there. And there you have it. You have the beginning of your weed leaf bucket hat. And then you can just continue on to the rest of the pattern. As normal, there's no other kind of modifications that are needed. But yeah, I'm actually gonna finish out the hat and then I will come back to show you all the finished product. And it will be beautiful. Okay, and here is the finished hat. It's actually the next day. I ended up going to hang out with a friend yesterday, and we had a sesh and craft hangout. She was painting and I was crocheting, so I did like majority of the hat. I just finished the brim this morning. I put a short brim on it instead of the long one. For some reason, I like doing the short brims with the weed leaves on top. But here is the weed leaf on the top. So cute. The purple actually looks blue on the camera right now. It's cloudy outside, so that's probably why. My lighting isn't the greatest today. But yeah, and that's how you make a bucket hat with a weed leaf on top. I'm really excited. It's gonna go in my market pile and be put with my other hats that I've made. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.